There are a lot of fantastic places for birding in the state of Wisconsin, but there's one that keeps popping up as a destination that people want to visit: the Schlitz Audubon Nature Center. Schlitz Audubon is listed on eBird as the top birding location in Wisconsin based on number of checklists submitted, and number 66 in the nation by the same metric. Additionally, we often get requests to take people there when they're visiting from out of town. I decided to go to Schlitz Audubon Nature Center to see what it's like there, and decide if it really lives up to the hype. Hey everyone, today I'm investigating one of the top spots to bird in the state of Wisconsin, Schlitz Audubon Center. Schlitz Audubon Center is a place with tons of eBird checklists, and people visiting always ask us if we can take them there. Now there's some things about Schlitz Audubon that make it a little different than other places. First, you have to pay to get in. So it's $10 for an adult, I think it's $7 for a kid. So I'm gonna go walk around this area, see what there is to see, and also figure out if there's any good birds here to find as well. With a lot of area to search, I wanted to hit a few key points on the property, starting with the visitor center. Visitor centers are usually great places to start because they tend to have bird feeders. This was the case with the Schlitz Audubon Visitor Center. I spotted a nice cross-section of usual Wisconsin woodland bird species, such as cardinals and downy woodpeckers. There were also many house sparrows as well. After spending some time watching the birds outside, I made my way into the center. First stop is the visitor center. There's a lot of interesting things to look at here, including a couple of creatures, which my favorite is the turtles, of course. Big time turtle guy. But then you can also watch the bird feeders in here. A nice selection of regular Wisconsin type birds, with probably the most interesting being a white-crowned sparrow that's here, but also chickadees, cardinals, and some house sparrows as well. Mourning doves too. So there's a lot to see in here. I think I'm going to go explore the trails now. The visitor center had all sorts of different animals, interactive exhibits, and even an art display upstairs. But it was the trails that I really wanted to explore. I headed out through the forest en route to a lookout over Lake Michigan. During my walk, I didn't see any birds, but did stop and watch a few white-tailed deer before continuing on toward the water. Not a lot of bird activity right now, but I did make it to Lake Michigan, so there could be something out there. There's an observation deck I wanted to check out, so that's why I opted to go this way. But it's possible that more birds could be in the interior, but we'll just take a look and see if anything's out there. On this day, I saw a few birds out on the water, but suspected that at some times of the year, it could be an absolutely great spot. Saw some birds from the observation deck, gulls out there, some Canada geese migrating, some ducks out on the water, although it was hard to tell what species they were with my camera. But I moved inland a little bit and ran into some turkeys right away. So just kind of following these turkeys that are just casually keeping their distance because they're just walking on the path, but pretty cool so far. I definitely think that would be a great place to hawk watch, that little platform over the lake, and you could get down to the beach too, so that was cool. I watched the turkeys foraging as I walked behind them. It was then that the rain started. Getting some rain right now, so I'm just chilling underneath this tree. It's a maple and it has pretty thick branches, so I'm not getting rained on, but everywhere else rain is pouring. I'm hearing golden crowned kinglets somewhere in the area, and I'd love to get a look at one because they're such an adorable bird. May or may not happen, but I'm hearing them from all over the place. I hid under the trees for a while waiting for the rain to stop. After it did, I got back out on the trails and resumed birding. I got a look at American goldfinches, a hidden white-throated sparrow, and an impressive amount of red squirrels getting ready for the winter. Eventually, I found myself at what I would consider one of my favorite features of the Nature Center. Just got to look at the observation tower that they have here, and the view was spectacular. We were actually just about above the trees, which was insane, and could see the lake from there. So really cool view. Highly recommend the observation tower if you're here. Didn't see any birds, but still worth it. After checking out the tower, I went back to the bird feeders to see if any new birds had come in. I spotted some dark-eyed juncos and a white-breasted nuthatch before moving on. Finished the first little section of the Audubon Center, and got some cool birds. The turkeys were a highlight, heard some other birds. A lot of white-throated sparrows were making noise, but very few were making themselves visible. A lot of new arrivals like the juncos are here too, so I'd say the bird feeder is actually a big plus. But I'm going to check out a few other places and see if I can pull out any more birds, but otherwise it's been a pretty solid day of birding in not such great weather conditions. I looked at a few more points of interest, but didn't find any new birds, and with the weather getting progressively worse, I decided to call it quits. Overall, I enjoyed my time at Schlitz Audubon Nature Center. The visitor center was really well maintained, and it seems like they consistently have events going on. There were plenty of points of interest on the trails, and during the right time of the year, it's likely a fantastic place for birds migrating up and down the coastline. The big downside is the cost to get in, and while it's only $10, there are other great places to go birding in the area that don't cost anything. I'd say this hotspot is definitely worth a visit, and if you like birding in places with a little more structure to them, you'll definitely love this nature center. But in my opinion, it isn't the best place for birding in the state. But that's just what I think. If you've ever been to Schlitz Audubon Nature Center, leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you liked this video, watch another one of our birding adventures. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Badgerland Birding.